Israeli-Palestinian issue as the basis for violence that's occurring. So I want to be clear about a couple of things. First is that much of the violence that's occurring you'll see directed at other Muslims. And the question that I ask is, what could it possibly be about U.S. policy in any area that could cause people who are saying that they're doing what they're doing in the name of Islam to go and kill other Muslims? And I'm talking about events like suicide bombings at mosques after Friday prayer. One of them happened to be during Ramadan at a very holy place in Pakistan. And I can't imagine how anyone could possibly say that U.S. policy towards an issue like Israel-Palestine, or towards any region for that matter, could have any possible justification or any rationale for that. It's important to point out, because oftentimes we hear things like, well, if we were just to resolve this issue or that issue, then a lot of the terrorism in the world would go away. But if you look at many of the attacks that are occurring, they're occurring against other Muslims, and they're occurring against innocent people who have absolutely nothing to do with whatever the policy is. And so I think that it's important to look at some of the things that may be driving, and there's no clear answer for that. Clear answers for that. What are all the factors that are driving that type of violence? But certainly when you have people that are trying to exploit others who may not, have their requisite education in Islam or education generally, then I think that that's a problem that we're going to continue to see, regardless of the outcome on some of these political issues. The next point that I would make is that even if people were to somehow show that their grievances are legitimate policy grievances, then there's nothing about any of those grievances that could possibly justify killing innocent people. And that's often what's been happening in many of those cases, and then oftentimes political issues are used as excuses or justifications for things that are totally unjustified and that have no place in any religion, not just in Islam. Now, on your second question about the resolution of that issue, the Israeli-Palestinian issue, and whether the United States and the position of the United States, we've been very clear from the beginning of the administration, and I described our efforts in detail starting from day one about what we've done to support a two-state solution. And when the President spoke in Cairo, when he spoke on May 19th, and when he's spoken in other forums, when the Secretary has spoken, they've spoken about the security of the Israeli people, and they've spoken about our bond, our strong bond with Israel. But they've also spoken about the legitimate aspirations of the Palestinian people, and I think have spoken about it in a very balanced way, and the need for the Palestinian people to be able to have a state that they've waited far too long to have. And that's, I think, the way that it's important to talk about the issue. It's important that we pursue it, continue to pursue it in a balanced way, and we will continue to do everything we can to seek a two-state solution. And ultimately, of course, it'll be the parties themselves that will decide what happens.